This week's Celebrity Spotlight, guys, is Lamar Odom. Now, he's not like a super famous guy, but he is kind of because of the Kardashians. But, he's interested me because he's been so much on self-destruct mode for so long. And that's intriguing to me. I'm kind of a people watcher, and I like to see, why are they like that? What's going on in their lives? And it always brings me to things like when I'm at a dinner date and I'm meeting someone interesting. It's like, what's your date of birth? And I'll do it on a napkin because I'm just so interested or enthralled with who they are. And this guy's been interesting to me for a little while, especially since he went on that really strong self-destruct bender recently. So this one, is very self-explanatory, actually. Lamar Odom is a Scorpio, and of course, they're, right off the bat, the number of extremes. They're called the extreme of the extremes. So, if you're a Scorpio out there, they're hard to get along with. Let's just say that. I'm married to a Scorpio, so I know a little bit about the Scorpio thing. Plus, I have a Scorpio moon myself, so my stinger comes out every once in a while too, because that's how you express your emotions through astrology, is your moon sign. So if you're ever looking to figure out what your moon sign is, that's what it means. And so Lamar is going to turn 38. Where do I begin with this guy? So he has no soul plane numbers. He has, you think, oh, well, he has no soul plane numbers, he has no soul. But it's really not that at all. It's actually that he's very, very hypersensitive to the point that he keeps people at arm's length. So he doesn't let people too close to him. And what it does, it's kind of like Trump. Trump has no soul plane numbers either. And he has foot and mouth disease. He will do or say or whatever, and it just seems crazy and off the wall. And it's because if you cut out your heart and you lock it up, put walls, chains, and throw away the key, then you've got this disconnect, because the soul plane, we have the mind, the soul, and the physical. So as humans, we think, we feel, we do. So if we knock off that feeling part, that's huge, because when we communicate with other people, we do it intuitively. There's a lot of intuition involved in communication. So, like Gabe, you and I, if we're talking, we have a lot of back and forth, kind of how you would respond. Then I would respond accordingly based on body language, based on intuition, based on a lot of things. And so he's cut that out. He's kind of just, and he's very mental based. He has double nines, which is the highest or the most active mind plane number, and he's got a 6, which is the worry ward. And so he also has a lot of physical energy. So the thing is, he's got both, but he doesn't have any soul plane numbers. So the middle is disconnected, which means that the ideas can't get down to the physical, because there's a disconnect. There's nothing around that, so they can't flow. So all of his ideas are like trapped up here. So he makes these decisions based only on this, not this. And we want to make it here, because real creativity, all that stuff comes from here, and the mind is more of a tool. So really, like Trump, for example, he just shoots his mouth off because he's not using his heart with his head. And so that's the whole thing with Lamar, is that he's on self-destruct mode because he's not involving his heart in his actions, and that's a big faux pas. So he's also got an isolated 7, which means that he lives and learns through hindsight, and he's still young yet, so that means that he still may be on that self-destruct mode for a little while longer, unfortunately, because he's got that isolated 7 with no other numbers around it. So he's going to attract the same patterns, the same things over and over for a little while longer. However, he's in a personal year of 9 this year, which is the highest change, and he's in a peak cycle of 5, which is career. So there may be something good coming along for him soon, which I hope so. I haven't really kept up to date with him. I'm not even sure if he's still in the hospital or what's going on with him, but definitely he's got a lot of heart, and he just doesn't show it, and that's the whole kit and caboodle of it. It's like he was actually in an 8 cycle in the beginning, which was really independent, really like detached, which made it even worse. So he was like on that bender. Now he's on the 5 cycle, which is career. So good things are coming for Lamar, I think, and I'm glad, because it's a hard life to live with no soul plane numbers. It's a painful thing. It's like you wear your heart on your sleeve, and it's hard. So that's him in a nutshell, and I really wanted to do him. There were a lot of great 11, the month of 11 celebrities, but I picked him because he was intriguing to me, and I always look at the date of birth, but I thought you might be interested in knowing about that. So thank you for watching, and do tune in next week for another Celebrity Spotlight on lotteryusa.com.